B.L. Vohra, how do you, as a former Director General of Police of Manipur and Tripura, this has been a state which had relative peace. It was an achievement of the Biren Singh government, one of the reasons why it got re-elected. What explains the resurgence according to you? Just a court order?
Rajdeep, court order, yes, though it was misread by people. But most important thing, you see, Manipur is a very difficult state. You have three major communities there, Nagas, Kukis and Maithis. Now here, all the communities, they have their own legitimate aspirations. And I think it was political pragmatism which failed. Surely there were intelligence reports. See, Maithis didn't have ST status for a very long time, though they have been demanding it. They had the OBC status only. So Kukis had ST status, Nagas had ST status. So this demand has been going on. Now I think surely the state government knew what is going to happen. So I think one is a political failure, if you ask me. Second is the administrative failure by the administrations and police and security forces. And third, of course, citizens also. Now the point is, Kukis, they were feeling more hurt because of 2-3 reasons. One was, they were evicted from some villages because forest area, survey was going on. This was one. Then Rohingyas coming, the allegation was that they sheltered them. That was another one. Then, of course, churches and all. So, situation is really bad. So but I think that they were lacking in effort, lacking in swiftness. And as you know, when the problem started,
sir, let me just take what you're saying. What you're saying is that there have been these grievances that have been bubbling over, and Rajat Sethi,
absolutely,
I come to the question that for 5 years the Biren Singh government was successful in bringing an element of peace. What has changed, and did the government fail to anticipate the extent of anxiety that exists among the Kuki community as well, that they will be overrun by Maithis? That's the reality.
Absolutely.
The government needed to act, and that's where they should have, and they've ended up playing with fire.
Absolutely.
Well,
I think you have hit the nail on the head.
I don't understand that being overrun by Meiteis in what context? Population size-wise, how, which way? If you say the tribal status will allow Meiteis to overrun that, then that's a separate debate. Because then you have to get into the nitty-gritties of who qualifies for a tribal status and who doesn't. Sure. But I can tell you for the past 5 years, it was Biren Singh's government whom, I was advising, and we all designed programs to reach out to the absolute last person standing, be it Nagas or Kukis, to ensure that the government facilities and services reach to them. It was a pleasant surprise. I still remember in the Congress regime when Ibobi used to be attacked by the Kukis, 6 dead bodies were lying in the morgue for 2 years. They were not buried in Churachandpur district. We ensured peaceful resolution of that. There was so much amount of trust that was built in over times. But please understand that you don't have a monolith state like UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, where you have one community largely speaking. Here you have 3 communities of good proportion, all entangled into these zero-sum problems, and you know that this is a tinderbox because ultimately you have too many issues coming together all in one place, and it was just waiting for one spark to rekindle, and that is what happened here. The problem is that those confidence building groups, those outreach with the civil societies, everything collapsed all at the same time. And I think over here, when Amit Shah ji is there, for the next three days, it is critical that first of all, the militant outfits of the Kukis will have to stop firing indiscriminately. Second, the Meitei common people who have taken up police arms will have to relinquish that and allow the peace to start. Third thing is that Amit Shah ji will have to reach out to both the communities of Meiteis on one side and Kukis on the other side and bring them to a common ground.
Okay.
He will have to really work very hard to find that very narrow common ground between the two communities that is left, and that is his political deftness to basically identify that common area. Otherwise, the state is in a very, very bad scenario right now.
Hemochandra Singh, is it possible to overcome this mistrust?
Very brief. I think we are coming on course. It's on a better scale now. But I'll still caution Rajat, I respect him as a friend also, and as a person who has actually stayed with us and worked with us. But see, don't take names now. This is not a time to take somebody's name, Ibobi or Biren or somebody. Desist from that. You know, it will level down it is.
No, so can the trust deficit be overcome?
No, for Rajat Sethi should not forget that there are 100 bodies lying in the mortuaries for 1 month, not buried, not cremated yet. So let's not get into what his government did in Churachandpur, burying 5 bodies or not. This is not a time to, take.
Can the trust deficit be overcome?
Briefly, because you'll have to give time to the others as well, to Mr. Haukip as well. See, in a nutshell, to end, see, this is not a time to, slug it out whether it was the ST, what was the genesis. And by the way, what is the harm in the Meiteis demanding ST status? This is a demand. The Nagas are asking for a Greater Nagaland under the democratic process, under the umbrella of democracy. People can ask. This is a legitimate right. ST status, giving ST status is a long drawn process.
Okay, so Professor Haukip,
provision.
Professor
And
Haukip,
even if
what's
we
the
asked
harm?
about it, what's the big deal?
Okay, Professor Haukip, just a minute, sir.
Why? Please, let me complete. Just 30 more seconds.
Yes.
And why has it been all twisted? Why has it been all mixed up? What about narco-terrorism? What about poppy plantations? What about even Mr. Biren Singh? To my mind, although he is the demon today, he's been demonized, he's been pinned to the wall. But also, he has also made some sincere efforts to finish poppy plantations, finish, encroachments in the reserve forest area.